This video is sponsored by NewType HQ. Get everything you need to build your own custom Gunpla on their website. Link in the description. Yup, they deliver even when there's a lockdown. Let's get this video started. What's up GFam and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday. Today we are going to talk about how to disassemble your Gunpla without breaking them. Let's go! Let's start right off with the V-fin from the new Gundam. So the V-fin itself has a really flat design, and so this is going to be quite a bit of a challenge because if you break off this part right here, if you just pull it off like that, then probably you'll break this part as well. What you want to do is pry a little bit, like anywhere you can get your fingers, your nails into, just a little bit, so you can jam in your nails, just run them along so you can get the whole thing out evenly, and do it slowly, very slowly and gently as well, and make sure that you don't apply force on one side only. So make sure that you have the force applied to it evenly so you don't risk breaking this part right here. So now it's out. And then for this part, if you pull it out like that, you're gonna risk breaking this joint right here. So what you want to do is wiggle, 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 and as you're wiggling, apply some pull force, wiggle, 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 and then boom, it's out. Like for example, for this part here where you have nowhere to jam your fingernails in, then what you can do is grab your hobby knife. So with your hobby knife, take the sharpest part and then just slowly, not cut into it, but place onto the seam line and just push it in. Let's do it one more time here. Place it on the seam line and then just push into it. Because on how our blades work is that it has a tapered edge. When you push it in, it's potentially pushing your parts away from each other. Right now, you do have a little bit of tiny space here. So what you can do is take the knife again and then just pry it left to right. If you're doing so, you're not damaging any of the parts here. Now you can put your fingernails in and actually jam the thing out. For parts like this, you can either choose to pull it away or you can push it out, like that. One more time, push it out, and then lift it up. For this part here, try to wiggle a little bit of space out so you can put your fingernails in. Apply even forces to all the sides, slowly and steadily. Don't just pull apart like that. You're gonna break something. And then blah, it's done. So another part where I see a lot of people who are struggling is the shield, because the shield generally they have like an outer layer and then inside at the back there's another layer. So a lot of people, when they just pull one layer off, it's gonna break here or it's gonna create weak joints somewhere here. So what you do is, number one, remember how you assemble them, the sequence of your assembly. And then right here, I can just use this to loosen up some of the part, but I won't rely on this to expect it to pull out the entire part here. So right now, I'm going to introduce to you guys another technique called pushing. So instead of pulling, you can use pushing as well. So right here, I have a bamboo stick, a barbecue stick, or any kind of stick will do as long as it's wood, because wood, first of all, wood is strong, but they will not damage your plastic. So what you do is take the pointy part or whatever, just try to push on this part here, try to loosen them up bit by bit and not by force. Right, so right now I'm pretty confident that all these parts are coming off. Right now I can just leave them off with no damage to my parts. That's how you do it. So last but not least, I want to show you guys a trick. But this trick is a bit extreme. This thruster is actually from the Fast, and look at what's behind the thruster. 2 holes. Why? Because the thing is that the thruster itself, it's actually a case for the inner thruster. So what I do is flip it over, take my drill, my pin vise, and then just start drilling a hole through it, and then just push it out. And if one side is not enough, because it may be one-sided, 2 holes instead. So when you push little by little, one side, one side, one side, one side, and switch it up. until where you can grab on it using your hand and then just start wiggling it out. It takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of time, but trust me guys, if you guys are painting, it's definitely worth it. So before we end the video, let's just have a recap. So generally there are 3 ways where you can disassemble your parts. First is to push, second is to pull, and last but not least, the extreme method is to drill the parts and then try to get some access point where you can push out certain parts. Disassembling a part is really not that hard. It takes a lot of practice, and once you're familiar with it, you know how to adjust your power, the strength, and how much you need to wiggle and stuff like that. The ultimate ingredient that you need will be patience. Patience beats everything. Don't rush into disassembling your kit, and definitely don't use too much force. This is Justin from Studio G, and this is Tutorial Tuesday. I'll be posting videos like this every Tuesday from now on, teaching you guys everything that I learned while I'm doing my kits. This is me signing off, and I hope you guys learned something today. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button beside it to get notified every time I post a new video. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any suggestions for the next tutorial. What would you guys like to learn? Let me know. Bye-bye. This is a segment where... Okay. I'm sorry. Well, this is the segment... Okay. Little stuff like...